Morning, guys. We are on day 2 of our 4-day weekend fishing expedition. I don't know yet if I'll fish Sunday or not, but today we are at a different location on the Winter Haven chain in Winter Haven, Florida, and we are going to try and catch some fish like we always do. But it's pretty smooth morning so far. Pretty smooth. I spilled my coffee getting in the truck, so that set me back because I had to clean that up. And then when I was launching, I forgot to connect the cable to the motor that allows me to deploy and release it, and I had to fix that real quick. So minor setbacks, but we're on the water in about the time frame I expected. My app says it's going to be tough fishing today. We'll see. It said it was going to be really tough yesterday, and we managed 3, so hopefully we can manage a little bit more today. I'm just out here trying to enjoy God's creation and have a good time. Thanks for coming along. We'll see what we get into. Welcome to Lake Winterset. I had talked to a couple people before coming to this lake, and I was told that it was a really, really clear lake. So, using that information, that it was a clear lake, and the fact that it was supposed to be slow fishing, I started out the morning with a drop shot. Probably chewing on my stinking weight. I'm not sure if that actually was a fish or if my drop shot weight just hit a shell or grabbed some grass in a way that made it really feel like a bite. Either way, my confidence was pretty high going into the rest of the day. After fishing and drop shot a little while longer with no success, I decided to switch things up. I'd talked to a friend who had fished this lake before, and he said around 12 feet of water there was grass, and you want to fish along beside that grass. So I decided to tie up a lipless crankbait and see what I could get into. After having no success with the lipless crankbait, I decided it was time to switch things up. So I pulled out a speed worm, and I decided that I was going to drag it along the bottom as slowly as I possibly could. They didn't seem to want a moving bait, so I figured we would go slower. After following the grass line forward and back across the entirety of the lake, it was lunchtime. I needed a break and a mental reset.
Bruce Banana!
Once I got back to fishing, I decided it was time to mix it up again. This time, looking at my conditions, I had overcast skies, a lot of wind coming, and so I decided I would take my chances with a spinnerbait.
this time in the day, I was really starting to spin out. I completely abandoned all advice that I had been given and decided to go up shallow, which is what I'm really, really comfortable with. That didn't work either. So I decided to go back out deep, pull out the drop shot, and see if it yielded any results. I fished another 30 minutes to an hour out deep with no success. At this point in the day, I was spun out and completely went finesse. I went from my drop shot worm and tied on a little 3-inch artificial minnow onto my drop shot. Finally got a fish. So I went with the pattern, or what I thought was a pattern, and kept working these docks with my little drop shot minnow. I fished a couple more docks and had no success, so I decided that I would try flipping into some vegetation that was in between the docks, just to see what was there. When looking at this plastic, the craziest thing happened. The hook actually bent and went further into the plastic instead of coming out and hooking into the fish. I was really bummed. While fishing and flipping around docks, I happened to get snagged on someone's boat lift. And after going and trying to retrieve my lure, I went into the dock and the wind happened to blow me sideways. I really start stressing at this point because what you don't see on the backside is my light fixture on the back of the kayak being bent up under the deck of the dock. And so I was really stressing here trying to get everything out safely. And what I wound up having to do is just cut off my braid, cut my losses, and retie. After the experience of getting stuck sideways in the dock, and really the day as a whole, I was mentally spun out. It was rough, I didn't know what to do, I was frustrated because the bite wasn't on, and I just mentally got in my head. So I decided to pack it up, go home earlier than I would have liked, because I thought I was no use to myself out on the water. The mental game is such an important part of bass fishing. You hear anglers like Gerald Swindle talk about how you need to have a positive mental attitude. And Rick Clunn will tell you that probably 90 to 95% of bass fishing is in between your ears. So it's really, really important and something that I want to improve on, to keep your head straight when you're out on the water, even if things aren't going your way. Guys, I wanted to share my grinder of a fishing day and relay an area that I want to work on this year, and that's being more mentally tough while being out on the water. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, share, and let's grow this community together.